This week, state Republican leaders are meeting in Fort Worth for their party's convention.
The meeting is important because Republicans control of every branch of state. They do control every branch of state government, and this is when they form their platform and the game plan. One hot topic that could make it on that platform is gun rights. Some groups want to carry more kinds of guns out in the open. We've told you about open carry protests like this one yesterday in Garland. In Texas, it's legal to walk around carrying a rifle or an antique handgun as long as it's not in a threatening manner. Fort Worth officials say gun supporters are welcome at the convention, but because alcohol is being served, guns are not. But after some demonstrations led to panic, the National Rifle Association said protests in Texas have gone way too far. In a statement, it called the open carry Texas protests, quote, foolish, weird, and scary. It makes folks who might normally be perfectly open-minded about firearms feel uncomfortable and question the motives of pro-gun advocates. The open carry groups responded and said they will change their tactics. They say, we have decided the prudent path to further our goals is to immediately cease taking long guns into corporate businesses unless invited.
This afternoon, I spoke with a professor of government at the University of Texas who has written extensively about the Second Amendment. I asked Dr. Sandy Levinson why the National Rifle Association is talking about the issue now.
We're getting some pushback from, of all people, the NRA about this. What's going on, do you think?
First of all, I would say this has almost literally nothing to do with the Second Amendment. Nobody who really follows American constitutional law very closely would believe that there are 5 votes in the United States Supreme Court to strike down a state law that would prohibit open carry.
Levinson says the NRA is pushing back to protect its image and brand.
They have come to the conclusion that the open carry people aren't really and truly friends of the NRA's political agenda because they have to be calculating that it will alienate more voters than it will draw.
And don't expect the arguments over guns in America to end anytime soon.
But when you get to the Second Amendment, all that guarantees is that you're going to have probably an acrimonious conversation about what in the world this language really means.
Dr. Levinson says the Second Amendment is much like the First Amendment. It's open to many interpretations.